and it's going to make your sweat smell like sulfur.
Love me or hate me, science is science, truth is truth. Watch all the way to the end to find out what my thoughts on the overall combination of ingredients in Tati's pills are. Remember what we talked about? Our body taking and combining and using different ingredients as per its needs. If you haven't seen the first part, the link should be somewhere here on the screen or in the description box below. Before we continue with the rest of the ingredients, why not hit the subscribe button just right there and the little notification bell right next to it so that YouTube will inform you of my next video. Thank you!
Filler, filler, filler. This is in every vitamin C supplement ever. It enhances vitamin C, it's kind of like a buffer that makes it work better, but it's not necessary. Not in this formula.
Okay, so Rosehip is not a filler. It's not a buffer that enhances vitamin C. It's actually the bulb part or the actual fruit of certain wild roses, and it is extremely high in vitamin C. So it's actually vitamin C. In its fresh form, it has more vitamin C than citrus fruit. In addition to that, it is also considered a possible alternative to non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs or NSAIDs. NSAIDs are usually prescribed when you have arthritis, but NSAIDs also cause side effects such as blood thinning, stomach problems, and possible ulcers. And Rosehip can possibly work in easing that pain without any of these side effects.
However, Rosehip powder created with the whole fruit, seeds, and the shell is much better in easing the pain compared to the one that is created with just the shell. As per research, rosehip seeds are rich in linoleic acid, and treatment with the whole rosehip powder has shown to improve collagen as well as improve the crow's feet around the subject's eyes. It is very important to note that these results were achieved with oral supplementation.
So I actually personally like having rosehip in my supplement, if for nothing else, just for the excess vitamin C. So you cannot call it a filler. I think it's a good ingredient to have.
MSM does work. It's a great supplement. Your parents or your grandparents may already be taking a form of it for joint issues. And it does have benefits for people interested in beauty or longevity. This dose is too small to change anything. MSM is a very expensive in the long run supplement, and it's obvious that they were only able to put a very base amount in it because the profit margin has to be there. MSM could help you, but most of the time you're not going to need it unless you are an elderly person looking for joint relief or, arthritis prevention or things like that. And even then, those claims are, for the most part, anecdotal.
Okay.
MSM has been observed to be useful in clinical as well as animal studies. It has been shown to be protective against cartilage degeneration in osteoarthritis. MSM's effects on range of motion and functioning of joints has been kind of hit or miss. It has been shown to be effective in some studies, whereas in other studies, the results were not significantly better. Taking MSM before any strenuous exercise has been shown to reduce the resulting muscle soreness. MSM's antioxidant effect and its ability to increase the cell permeability has been shown to promote the elimination of a lot of toxic elements from your body like uric acid. Studies are suggesting that it could even be useful in treatment of cancer. Now, in terms of beauty, if you use a cream containing MSM, it has been shown to improve wrinkles, skin elasticity, and even help in rosacea.
However, I do agree with Alex that this dosage is really low, because the joint studies used anywhere between 1.5 to 20 grams of MSM. The muscle spasm study used about 500 milligrams of MSM with 500 milligrams of glucosamine, and a small hair regrowth study which involved only 21 total participants with only 11 subjects receiving the MSM used 3,000 milligrams of MSM. So 160 milligrams is really low. I don't know why Tati added it in here. If she was going to add it here, she should have added more, or she should have just left it out.
Unless their goal with MSM is to increase the permeability of our cells so that all the other ingredients can work more effectively. Remember what we talked about, our body using different ingredients as per its needs?
One thing, if you want to start taking MSM, I should warn you that it makes you stink. It is sulfur. And it's going to make your sweat smell like sulfur. Just know that.
And this was a huge red flag for me. Saw palmetto should not be in a supplement that is supposedly for everyone under the halo. Elderly men take it for their prostates. It has proven clinical benefits. Danny takes saw palmetto to help with her PCOS. It is a very tricky supplement and it is for experts only. If you do not know homeopathic medicine, you have no business anywhere near saw palmetto. And if you are male and not undergoing prostate issues or under the age of 50, you should not be near it. It will mess with your hormone levels. It will mess with your entire system. This is completely irresponsible. It's just wrong.
Alex is pretty mad here. But I can see why.
Saw palmetto is predominantly fatty acids, fatty alcohols, and sterols or steroid alcohols. Now, whenever we hear the word steroids, red flags go up in our brains. But an example of a sterol would be cholesterol and not the steroids that we hear in sports sometimes. Now, these sterols can bind to some of the steroid receptors, modifying how estrogen or testosterone would affect your body. Now, saw palmetto is most commonly recommended as an herbal remedy for discomfort during benign prostate enlargement, but recent clinical studies actually failed to show any significant beneficial effect even when used in very high doses. Having said that, saw palmetto is thought to have anti-androgen as well as anti-estrogen effects. It is actually thought to balance your hormone levels, and in doing so, it might be beneficial in reducing acne caused by hormone imbalances or hair loss because of that cause. In a study involving 100 androgenic alopecia patients or male pattern baldness patients, they found that only 38% of those taking saw palmetto saw improvement at the end of 2 years of taking 320 milligrams per day. I personally could not find any studies about any benefit of saw palmetto in hormone-related acne. And finally, because these sterols in saw palmetto can interact with estrogen receptors, it can reduce the effectiveness of your birth control. It is not going to make it completely useless. It just can reduce the effectiveness of your oral birth control pill in the same way that pumpkin seed extract will. And in such cases, you always have barrier contraceptives as an option. So I'm really not concerned about that side effect. However, because I'm not an expert on hormones and saw palmetto does some level of, you can say, hormone leveling or hormone modification, and because based on the research I found, scientists still do not understand how saw palmetto exactly works in our bodies. For those reasons, I really don't feel comfortable recommending anyone to self-administer saw palmetto.
And I would have personally preferred it not being there.
So this is where you start to figure out the mechanism that they came up with for the supplement. Amla is another anti-androgen. So pretty much by reducing your testosterone levels, you see the quote-unquote benefits of higher estrogen levels. However, it's very risky and it's not something that's even been proven to work. These are all phytoestrogens. They're not actually real hormones. These are plant-based hormones that may or may not affect the actual level of hormones in your body. Now, Amla is known to lower blood sugar. So if you're a diabetic and you're taking medication, this could lower your blood sugar to dangerous levels. And in general, any supplement that messes with your blood sugar, I would stay far, far away from.
Amla is not just an anti-androgen stuff. It is considered a superfood.
Amla, Indian gooseberry,
Philanthus officinalis,
or amalaki as it's called in the old Indian Sanskrit text, is a plant that is pretty common in India. It is one of those plants that just grows everywhere. It has this like yummy, slightly bitter, sour taste that, all the kids loved. And I pretty much grew up around it. Telling an Indian amla is dangerous is like telling an Italian an olive is dangerous. You know what I mean? We dry it up and use it as a stomach remedy just to kind of combat nausea. We cook it into kind of jams and spreads for our breads. We have hair oils based on it that we use. You can use its powder as a part of a hair wash. It is really common. It's one of those really cheap things that you can find, selling on the streets in India. It has an overall beneficial effect on your body. And as I said, it is considered a superfruit in Ayurveda.
If you look at the research that's happening on Amla, you will see that it's being studied for its effectiveness as gastroprotective, cytoprotective, in obesity, against oxidative stress, against high cholesterol, and even as a possible treatment and prevention of cancer. answer. We will discuss Amla in depth in a separate video. However, for now, my opinion of this ingredient is
it is extremely high in vitamin C, it is high in vitamin A, antioxidants, calcium, carotene. It is being used in India for generations to improve your hair, skin, digestive health, and heart health. So it is actually a really good ingredient for you, and it does lower your blood sugar. So you do need to do regular checks on your blood sugar if you're taking this, but it is not lowering your blood sugar like a pill does. It's not gonna just go psh. So, of course, check with your doctor, I would say, and check your blood sugar if you're taking this.
Okay, so grapeseed extract, great supplement. Antioxidant, lots of evidence that can help with everything from your metabolism to your heart. It really is a good supplement. However, this is way too low a dose. It's kind of filler because you would be taking higher doses so that it actually has an effect on you. It's a good ingredient, but it's too little, especially with the price.
So as Alex said, it is a good ingredient. However, it is known to thin your blood. So if you're on blood thinners, on cancer treatment, or if you're pregnant or nursing, you need to consult your doctor before taking grapeseed extract. The clinical studies on grapeseed extract use anywhere between 100 to 300 milligrams of the extract in their studies. So I won't call 60 milligrams as nominal, because if you are going for the antioxidant effects, you can see that she has added a lot of antioxidant ingredients in here. So it's in combination with those. It's not in the quantities that I would have liked to see, but it's not bad.
Okay guys, I need to stop here now because of some technical difficulties. We still have quite a few ingredients left to discuss. I have ordered a new computer, so I will be uploading the third part as soon as I can. So thank you so much for being patient with me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.